Impressive. Now, today, we are talking about something pretty cool actually. If you've been keeping up with us, and hopefully you're on our email list, we send out emails at least 2 or 3 times a week. Over the last 4 or 5 days, we've been sending out a lot of emails talking about something new that we were going to be releasing actually tomorrow at 10 a.m. That's June 13th at 10 a.m. both in store at all of our locations and online at www.thepureline.com, and that is, I am talking about Regen CBD. This is our Pureline Nutrition's unequivocally best CBD product out there. I'm going to tell you exactly why it's the best product and why it's probably the only product that you should be using if you are somebody who's interested in using CBD, have heard all the benefits about it. And let me give you a little preface before I start, or a little context. I tried CBD up probably a year ago, when it was really starting to gain momentum. I had seen a lot of these stores carrying it. I know my parents were going to like smoke shops and buying it, and I just saw all these people using it and touting this stuff. And I knew that the body had a cannabinoid receptor system, a CBD system within it that had a lot of connection with things that were responsible for pain and inflammation, anxiety, depression. Essentially, if you use CBD, this CBD product could help with a lot of those things, help alleviate pain, help alleviate inflammation, depression. So I heard all that, and I've actually heard a lot of people talk about the incredible benefits that they derive from CBD, yet truly, to be honest with you, when I tried it, I really wasn't that impressed. I kind of took a little bit and I was like, well, I don't really feel much from it. And then they had balms and lotions and things like that, and I would try those, and just really didn't get much more than I would have gotten from a typical Bengay type product. I do use DMSO, which is a liquid that's really good on pain and joints, so that worked really well. But just the CBD alone didn't. Now, there was one product, it's called 911 Roll-On, that had CBD and DMSO together. That one works incredibly well. I'll put the link to that product down here in this video. But for the most part, the majority of the CBD I took didn't do anything. And I continued to feel that way for the last 6 to 8 months. People I talked to, some loved it, some said, I could do with it, I could do without it. And I wondered why that was. Why was it that some people were seeing great benefits from CBD and other people were just like, no big deal. And interestingly enough, several months ago, we ran across some information and some research that was really profound to us here at Pureline. The number one component of this research was the fact that pretty much 95% or more of the CBD on the market today, that's stuff you find in smoke shops and little nutrition stores, on the internet, tinctures, all this stuff, pretty much 95%, if not more of it, is not readily absorbed by the body. In fact, a typical CBD product is usually carried in fat-soluble liquid, something like a coconut oil or canola oil or something. They usually come in little soft gels. Well, in those, if you're taking a 25 milligram dosage of CBD, you're only getting about 5 to 7% or 1 to 2 milligrams of that actively in your bloodstream. So it really doesn't do much. That's not enough. Now, what we were able to find is through some studying and some research, there were some people in Israel doing some research on how to deliver CBD in a more effective way, how to get into the bloodstream more effective, how to use a lower dose and actually still get the same, if not, actually I shouldn't even say the same, use a lower dose and get even better results from their CBD. And they did this by creating a water-based delivery system. This system uses nanotechnology to get the molecule a little bit smaller and get it into the bloodstream, whereas before, if you took a regular 25 milligram dose and you only got 5% of that, or 1 to 2 milligrams, now you can take a 5 milligram dose and get 97% of that in the bloodstream, 4.8 milligrams. That's a profoundly huge and amazingly different way to look at CBD, and it's one of the reasons that the people that we've been sampling Regen CBD out to have seen such incredible results. I had a guy today, in fact, tell me, they said, hey, look, you know what, he was working in our warehouse. He said, man, I took 2 of the new Regen CBDs and just felt great. I felt relaxed, calm. The day went by really well. I had no anxiety, nothing that I usually experience during the day. And it was incredible. And that was a first-time user. For me personally, I tend to find that after a hard workout, I'm still amped up. Usually I'll take a little pre-workout caffeine stimulant, something before the workout to get me going. And that stimulant usually doesn't wear off until about an hour and a half to 2 hours post-workout. Even if you drink a shake or eat, you still sometimes feel a little bit wound up. Well, now I've gotten in the habit of taking CBD post-workout to help not only my recovery from the training, but also to help me kind of relax and get back down into a zoned-in groove that I can work in. And I find it extremely beneficial for that. My wife, who sometimes has trouble sleeping and uses melatonin pretty often, has now found that CBD has helped with her sleeping patterns, giving her longer, more restful sleep, giving her a feeling of recovery when she wakes up. So there's a ton of benefits that do come from CBD, but again, the caveat to all that is if you are using a CBD that isn't a water-based delivery system that has used nanotechnology. Actually, the only company out right now that is doing this is a company that has Next CBD. It's called Compound Solutions. Next CBD is the actual trademark for the type of delivery system and CBD that has come out of Israel and that is the most effective as far as delivery into the system. You might start seeing it more and more frequently, but as of right now, it's very rare. We were able to get our hands on some. We just have a limited run of Regen CBD. We're doing 333 bottles, and we will probably sell out pretty quickly. So I would advise you, if you're interested in taking a CBD product that works, if you want to experience relief from anxiety, just calmness, recovery, repair, relief from pain, inflammation, tons and tons of other things. You can get on the internet and you can research CBD and you can just see all the different benefits that it has towards helping you live pain-free and just living better. You can read all about that, and then you can kind of put it in context as to why a product that actually delivers 97% effectiveness is going to be that much more better for your results. So again, we only have a limited amount. You can go to one of our stores on June 13th tomorrow and pick one up. You can order it online at thepureline.com, so check with us after 10 a.m. tomorrow because we will be launching that. You can also visit our website, www.thepureline.com, for other information. Now, interestingly enough, Monday here in Texas, and I pulled this up just because I wanted to be correct on it, the governor, Greg Abbott, signed a law legalizing hemp production here and legalizing most CBD products in Texas. And essentially what happened was, up until Monday, there was still a lot of confusion legally as to whether CBD was legal or not legal, and basically it was because of the amount of THC that was found still in CBD. There was some that had extremely low amounts, 0.03%, not enough to really give you an effect or make you feel a certain way or give you any kind of, a high or psychoactive stimulating feeling. But it was still kind of considered, hey, if there's THC there, then it's not legal. Well, what he did is he went ahead and legalized anything that has 0.03% or lower on their labeling standards. Now, the cool thing about Regen CBD, the next generation CBD, is that it actually converts to 0% THC, so you have absolutely zero issue with urinalysis tests, testing for your work, etc. Now, some employers may test for CBD. That's completely different. This is CBD, but if they're testing for THC, you won't have an issue. So just something to keep in mind. I think it'll give you a little bit of information going forward. And it's cool that just this Monday, we actually got a bill passed that took us one step closer to CBD, or I should say it took us to CBD legalization here in Texas, and you're going to be seeing a lot more CBD products probably come out over the next 12 to 15 months. But again, you've got to ask yourself, is the delivery system there? Are they using a CBD that's encased in water-based technology that's getting into my system, or am I just spending money needlessly and not getting a result? So keep that in mind. And if you have any questions, make sure and email us at info@thepureline.com. You can always call us too at 1-800-632-1402. We're located here in San Antonio. We'll be happy to help you guys out. If you're on YouTube, be sure and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate it. And if you're watching on Instagram and Facebook Live, we thank you. And be sure and like and share this video if you got any good information from it. And we hope to see you soon. Remember, tomorrow, June 13th, we launch Regen CBD. So if you're in the area or you're online, make sure and pick up a few bottles before they last. All right, guys, take care.